Good morning, students. Again we are back with our first lesson itself. The name of the lesson is what? Physical quantities and the measurements. Means here we are dealing with different physical quantities as well as calculation of their volumes with respect to the density and the mass. And I have shown you one sum that calculate the density of a substance whose mass is 500 gram and volume is 40. This already we have calculated in our last class, and whose answer we had got was 12.5 gram per cubic centimeter. Okay, shall I go ahead now? Fine. Now, next what we are having is, I am giving you just two sums which you can refer for your homework sums, or you can solve them in your notebook. Now what has happened, in the first sum we have calculated density. Maybe in the next two sums you have to calculate one's mass and volume. Where density and volume is given, you are calculating mass. Where mass and density is given, you are going to calculate the volume. Only that much is the variation. So I am writing two sums on the board. You can just jot down in your notebook and calculate in your notebook, and be ready with your answers which I will be asking in the next class. So I got time to calculate it. So for homework sums, now this will be treating as sum 2, because already first sum we have calculated density of a substance. So in the second sum it is calculate the mass of a spherical object whose radius is, this is bit different, radius is 3 centimeter. 1 minute, I will change the sum now. First we will deal with the density, mass and volume, and then we will go for the spherical. Density of ice is 930 kg per, if it is kg, then what it will be? Kg per cubic meter or meter cube, because this is in kg. And then you have to calculate the volume of an ice cube of mass 1000 kg. Now when you are solving these type of sum, of course you are going to use the formula density is equals to mass upon volume. Density is equals to mass upon volume, and then taking into consideration density as well as the mass of a substance, you are going to calculate the volume, right? That means you will be getting if it is density is equals to mass upon volume, for your simplification you can do one thing. First cross multiply this. So you will get density, cross multiplication, if you don't understand, otherwise direct also you can do, mass. You want to find the volume, so obviously density will be getting transposed to the right side. So you will be getting just density and volume is there, means density will be getting divided to the mass, and you can calculate by that method the volume of a substance. This I am leaving you for homework. I am giving you just 2 minutes time to copy down the sum. Just copy it down. And you can solve that in your notebook. Solve in the notebook. And since volume is been asked, this answer, expression of volume you will be calculating in cubic meter, unit of measurement. Volume will be expressed in cubic meters, means the answer which you will be getting will be expressed in cubic meter. I'll give you one more sum of this density, volume, mass only. Second sum. For both the sums you make use of the formula density is equals to mass upon volume. Third sum. Now here in the first sum we had calculated density. In the second sum we are calculating volume, means obviously now in the third sum we are calculating mass. So you will understand how mass, density and volume are calculated when any two things are been given. So the third sum says find the mass of a ball whose volume is given, means we are going to write it as the centimeter cube because volume is given. That also you should observe minutely when we use cubic meter, when we use kg, when we use gram, when we use cubic centimeter, because when you are solving in the sums in your higher classes, especially the physics problems, there we always get confused like in what unit of measurement should I write the answer. That is the biggest question in our mind. What the unit of measurement should I use when I get the final answer. So suppose density is given, you can, the table which we had referred, if you notice, if it is in kg then it will be kg per cubic meter. If it is in grams, I am talking about the density, grams per cubic centimeter, that is density. Volume we have seen, it is cubic centimeter or cubic meter, and mass either it will be kg or it will be gram. But now the question comes, should I write kg or should I write grams? Means when should I use these unit of measurements? Here when you are having kg per cubic meter is given, means here mass of a ball whose volume is centimeter cube is given, means obviously the mass must be in grams. Mass must be in grams because it is cubic centimeter. So whose volume is 200 cubic centimeter and density is 3 gram cubic centimeter. So obviously the mass which you are going to calculate in this sum will be in grams. This is not 39, this is 3 gram. I will just add m so you will not get confused with that. So is 3 gram per cubic centimeter. So these are the two sums you are going to calculate in your notebook. So you will understand in what way density, mass and volume are related with each other. Related with each other. Now see, after these calculations, mass, density and this, you are having one more concept of the calculation of or solve problems, what we call them as the volume of a sphere. Already we have seen or we have taken into consideration the different objects. First we have taken cube, which we have already done. Cuboid also we have done. I believe cylinder, if it is not, I will do it. And volume, density and mass also 3 different we have done. Now next we are going to see is the volume of a sphere. And formula to calculate volume of a sphere, we know that it is 4/3 pi r cube, where the value of pi can be 22/7 or it will be 3.14. It depends upon your convenience how you are going to take it. In both the ways, the answers will remain the same. That is not going to affect the answer which you are calculating. Hope so you are copied. I am rubbing the board now. And now, we are calculating the mass of the spherical object whose radius is 3 centimeter, density of the object is 2 gram per cubic centimeter, and you have to calculate the mass. That all we have done. Now next we are going to take is the volume of a sphere. Let us calculate that also. 1 minute, I will just find the sum where it is. Okay, we'll change the numbers and we'll calculate the mass of the volume of the sphere. Here, third sum, or I don't know, fourth I think. Calculate the volume of sphere, whose radius is 7 centimeter. Let us take this way. You can take 10, 8, any number, but now I have taken 7 centimeter. Now we know that the volume of the sphere formula we are having is 4/3 pi r cube. So solution says, or it will go like this: volume of a sphere is equals to 4/3 pi r cube. 4/3 pi r cube. Where now we are writing 4/3, value of pi is equals to 22/10, or pi is equals to 3.14. You can take any value whichever you feel convenient with that, and then you can calculate the volume of the sphere by taking the value of pi is equals to either 22/7 or it will be 3.14. So 22/7 will stand for the value of pi, and r cube will be 7 into 7 into 7. 3 times, because it is r cube and radius we are having is equals to 7. Obviously, one of the 7 will be getting cancelled, and now you have 4 into 22 into 7 into 7 upon this denominator 3 which has been left over here. I will continue the sum this side. Continuation of the sum. You can easy way do 22 4s are 88 into 7 7s are 14 divided by 3. Divided by 3. Now see, you have to first do 88 into 49, how much? 88 into 49, how much you get? Simple multiplication. 9 8s are 72, carry 7. 9 8s are 72 plus 7, we get 79. Then 4 8s are 32, carry 3. 4 8s are 32 plus 3, 35. So we get the answer 4312. 4312. And now we are dividing it by 3. Simple division. 3 1s are 3, 1 left. 3 4s are 12, 1 left. 3 3s are 9, 2 left. 3 7s are 21, 1 left. Mistake 0, and it will be recurring. So we will have 1437.533 cubic centimeter. Why it is cubic centimeter? Because you are writing the volume of the sphere. Volume of the sphere. And volume of any object, any substance is always expressed by cubic centimeter or cubic meter. This is done. Now to go ahead further with this lesson only, in my next session I will be starting a lesson of chemistry, because we are almost to the way of finishing the lesson. Next comes the calculation of speed. Calculation of speed. Now when we want the calculation of speed, speed is defined as the distance traveled by the object in per unit period of time. Distance traveled by the object per unit of time. It can be hours, it can be minutes, it can be seconds. And distance will be centimeter, of course will not come, meter or kilometer. So then, speed is equals to, we can define it as the distance traveled by the object. It can be car, when you are rolling a ball also we can find the speed. That is why we are not using the word car or vehicle or scooter or aeroplane or anything. Any object which has got a motion will cover certain distance, and then how much time is required or how much time is taken by that object to cover that much specific distance will give you a speed. As in our daily language we say that, okay, if I start from my house and somewhere I have to reach, suppose I start from Deccan and I have to reach somewhere coming towards either Karve Nagar or this Karve road or any other distance, if I want to Tirak road, then it will take some few minutes to reach for me. And then I say, okay, in vehicle I can reach within 10 minutes. That means to cover that specific distance from Deccan to Shivaji Nagar, Deccan to Tirak road, Deccan to Karve Nagar, wherever you are going, then that distance traveled will take certain time. If it is too close, I say, array, on vehicle I can reach within 2 minutes. That means the distance is quite short. You can imagine or you can have a judgment that if I have to cover a closer distance, definitely I must be requiring less amount of time. And either if I have to cover a long distance, then obviously it will take more time than what I required to cover a short distance. This is the thing. And therefore speed has been defined as the distance traveled by the object. That's why we are using the term object. I don't know whether it's a vehicle or walking also you can have. It is not necessary because we are in motion. If you are walking, I say, it is a 10 minutes distance, I can go easily. Means you know that to cover that much distance in meters, say 5 meters, 2 meters, 1 meter, 10 meter, you are taking 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes. That means to cover that much distance, we are calculating how much time do I require. That is why speed is defined as the distance traveled by the object per unit of time. And why it is said per unit of time? Because 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute, and then I reach to some hours. If we are traveling, we always say that at 40 meters rate or 40 meters speed, I am going to reach in 1 hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, depends. That is why the rate of the speed, my speed will be 40 kilometer per hour. By vehicle I am talking about. Then if that is the case, we are calculating the speed by or using the definition distance traveled by the object per unit of time. So we are taking distance 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 second or 1 minute we are saying, meters per second. So 1 second. So that is why this is the speed. Now like density, the speed too has the formula, and speed is equals to distance traveled upon time taken. Distance traveled upon time taken. Distance traveled upon time taken. And whenever the speed is being calculated, as we say in SI unit, System of International, we are going to calculate in meters per second, or if it is in hours, kilometers per hour. But so far we are concerned to the physics. Further, when you are calculating or in this class you are calculating, you are going to calculate in meters per second. But To convert it into the meters per second, we have also one formula. We have one formula. That is, we are converting this is the lesson I am just writing. So if the the unit of measurement for the speed is given kilometer per hour, and we will, per hour means we are taking 1 hour only. Let us take this as 1 kilometer. And now I want to convert this into meter per second. Convert into meters per second. What I am going to convert meters in second? I am going to convert the speed of any object whose speed is 1 kilometer per 1 hour. 1 only has been taken. Now I want to convert this into meter. So then I know that 1000 meter is equals to 1 kilometer. 1000 meter is equals to 1 kilometer. So what I will do, these kilometers, 1 kilometer, I am writing in meters means I will write 1000 meters. And 1 hour is equals to 3600 seconds make 1 hour. So as I have converted kilometer into meter by taking 1000 meters, this 1 hour in seconds I am converting into 3600 seconds. So now cancelling the terms I will have 0, 0, 0, 0. Both the numbers means fractions 10 and 36 are divisible by 2. We are dividing that into the least form of it. So then we have 5 are 10, 2 1s are 2, 2 8s are 16. So 5 by 18 is the standard number, we can say. Standard number to convert kilometer per hour into meters per second. Kilometer per hour into meters per second. So we are having then 5 by 18, which is a standard number. 5 by 18 is a standard number. So then this we are writing it as a whatever unit we are getting in meters per second. So this is a conversion of the meter per second, kilometer per hour into meters per second. Now we can make opposite also. That is meters per second into kilometer per hour. How are we going to do it? I will do this side, so you will understand the difference between the two. So if the rate of the speed is been given as 1 meter per second. Per second means it is 1 second only. So that we are going to convert into kilometer per hour. Kilometer per hour. So now kilometer per hour, 1 meter, we are saying that 1000 meter is equals to 1 kilometer. So 1 upon 1000, because we have taken 1 meter. And 1 meter we have taken means out of 1000 meter, which is kilometer only, we have taken only 1. Only 1 is being taken. And per is there means upon 1 second we have taken out of 3600 seconds, because 3600 seconds make 1 hour. So now what we will do, 1 upon 1000, this part will be getting reciprocal. So 3600 upon 1. Now wherever it is possible, you cancel the terms and then you have 0, 0, 0, 0. And you will find that the answer which you are getting is exactly the reciprocal of this term. So here you will be getting the answer 18 by 5. So here you have 2 5s are 10, 2 1s are 2, 2 8s are 16, that is 18 by 5, which is a standard number we have in this. Means, have you understood standard numbers means what? Standard numbers means when you are converting any kilometer per hour into meters per second, you multiply that kilometer per hour by 5 by 18. Now, how we are going to do it? I will explain in my next class. Actual calculation I will be showing you, and meters per second we are going to convert into kilometer per hour, and how we have got 18 by 5 I have shown you here. That is, 1 meter we have taken out of 1000 and 1 second we have taken out of 3600 seconds. Taking the reciprocal, we have 3600 upon 1, 0 0 getting cancelled, 2 1s are 2 8s and 2 5s 8. So, we are getting 18 by 5. So, it is exactly the reciprocal of the conversion of kilometer per hour into meters per second, and meters per second conversion into kilometer per hour we are getting 18 upon 5. So, I will stop here, and in my next class we will be just solving few more sums based on the density, volume, mass and the other volumes of the substances, as well the speed which we have seen, and another thing, how we are actually applying while converting the standard number, that is 5 by 18 or 18 by 5, at the time of converting kilometer per hour into meters per second, or it will be meters per second into kilometer per hour. Okay. I stop my teaching here and will be meeting in the next session. Thank you.